Yeah, what the fuck is cracking? This is Dusty Locane, and you now tapped in with Music Exclusive TV.
What's going on? It's your girl Silva, and I'm out here with Dusty Locane.
What the fuck going on, man? Himself, Nina Fever, get you Peter.
Big Flossy in the building. All right, so you was telling me about your day. You had a whole bunch of interviews, so I have to ask you, like, what kind of interview you like better, audio, virtual, or in person?
I'm gonna be real.
You gotta talk into the mic.
On my phone. Feel me? Like, it's what I'm saying. I like in person because I can, I can see you. I can look at you. I don't like being on. I don't like the audio shits on the phone or virtual. It's calm virtual because I can still see you, but I need to be right here in the person.
Right.
That's what I like.
Well, I'm glad you're doing interviews because I felt like there was a long time where we didn't know who you were, and there was just a lot of assumptions and a lot of, being to rumors and stuff like that. So, what's the craziest thing you heard about yourself before you came on?
That I was made in a lab. That I'm a part of some what do they call it?
Conspiracy?
Yeah, some.
Oh, you an industry plant?
Yeah, like bro.
You an industry plant?
Am I industry?
Would you tell me?
You gonna ask me if I'm industry?
Nah, but why
damn
they
well.
feel like that?
Well, shit. Of course, I came out of nowhere. I never had any aspirations or dreams to make music. So when I cracked out, it was like, damn, I sound like somebody who just rest his soul pop. I sound similar to him, so it gave him again that nostalgic vibe of somebody who they missed. And but obviously through it all, I'm just gonna keep showing everybody who I am and the real person behind the music. Dead homies.
Right. And I have to apologize because I was one of those people. I'm not even going.
It's okay.
I was one of them people because I heard you before I seen you and before anybody said anything, and I didn't like.
And you judged. You was quick to judge.
Yeah, I was quick to judge.
I always said
I'm honest.
Yeah.
I'm a Leo.
You feel me? Or you a Leo? I'm a Gemini.
See?
Feel me? So we cover. I definitely don't do. We don't do the backdoor business. If I feel a ways, I'm gonna let you know. And if I did think a way about you and I may have been wrong, I'll also let you know.
Right. I'm gonna keep
feel
it.
Me?
You know what I mean?
That,
I admit I'm wrong.
I respect that. Feel me? But it's like a little understanding of who I was is where all of this stemmed from, and we fixing that now.
No, that's a fact. Your project just dropped, Untamed. Banger. It's a solid project for me because I feel like there's this new category of street soul, and it's very melodic, but it's still drill, it's still bars, it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
So, first and foremost, what producers were you working with on this project?
Few off the top that I can remember. Shit. And Angel on the boards. Let me see. Who else? You know some. Come on, Rip. Oh, Shad Beats, my dogs, my full gang. If you see this, the weed and the lean got me.
Right, it's a lot going on.
I think it's 800 Hertz. Him, he did one on there, and Lucid Dreams. I believe he worked with what's my son name? Rest his soul. Juice WRLD.
Okay.
So yeah, I got a track with him and a few others that I can't remember their names, but I appreciate all y'all. No funny shit.
Yeah, it was fire. It was well put together. So, how much thought did you put into the song selection? Was that a hard process for you?
I ain't putting no thought into it. This is all a collective of things that I did over the time, and it was organic. You got to remember, like I said, I've been in this game an hour, a year and change. Like this shit new to me. But I just make it look like I've been here before, and I just maintain that same composure through the music, through the interactions with people. This is my nature, so it may come as a new thing to everybody else seeing me, but I feel like I've been here before.
Nah, it's I'm surprised. I want to know what your secret is because you laughing. He gonna stop laughing at me. He been laughing. Nah, don't spill
funny shit though. She said my secret, like I got a beauty care still.
Nah,
what is your secret?
He's Batman on the low. He trying to keep it. But nah,
Batman on the low is crazy. Hey, I'm jacking it, and that's Robin.
But not like you definitely are natural. When do you feel like people started really like tapping in and they were like, nah, this is Dusty. He got his
When
own
I
lane,
when I
own
took it,
sound. When you took
when
it.
I took it, like a lot of people wasn't willing to give it to me, no freaky, but I had to go out and reach for that shit. And I said, whoever don't like me, fuck you. If you don't like me, that's on you. Because end of the day, you can't look at it as those who hate. It's all about the love. Those who love me, I got to keep doing it for them. I
Right.
can't let that hate discourage me. I can't let the misunderstanding discourage me. I got to prove to them, prove to myself, first and foremost, that I could care less about y'all narratives that y'all trying to make and the pictures y'all trying to paint.
Right. So Untamed, let's break down the songs, right?
Break
Because
it down.
Change You, what stood out to me and what made me want to ask you this question, right? So with money, who do you think that it affects more? The people who
People
have
around you.
it or the people who want it?
Well, for one, I'll say this: the people around always are affected by the money, but the difference is with the person who has it is whether they allow it to control them. Now, I'll say this: I done spent a lot of money in a little time. I don't regret any of that. Any of the bread I spent on my homies, any of the bread that I spent on my mother, definitely not my mother. Like
Right.
I didn't give my mother, we ain't even gonna talk about it, but I didn't
world.
spent the bag on my mother because I love her, and she done put out so much for me. So why the fuck wouldn't I do the same in return?
Right.
But the people around you, oftentimes, they just it's not I wouldn't say envy, but it's you want that. It could be the motivation or it could be envy. That's the thing. You got to figure which one. It could be an inspiration or it could be something to make you say, let me take that off him.
Right.
You get me? So it's really finding those people who genuine to you. And I got a unit around me who's willing to, who live and die for me. So that's what it's about.
That's a fact. We're going to get into them a little later, but so that song stood out to me. I thought it was fire. What You Need is another one that stood out. I was talking to one of your mans out there, and he was telling me how the collab happened.
Oh,
so walk the people through that story. I thought it was an interesting
yeah.
story.
Well, first and foremost, shout out my boy Young Bleu. He been there from the jump. I'll say around 100K or so followers. He reached out to me and he said, I see you doing your thing. Keep working. And from there, that's when the relationship started. It was organic. He then reached out to me and said, yo, my birthday coming up. Crack out. Bitches. A lot of famous other famous people. And I cracked out, feel me? And I enjoyed myself. And I really stayed in my own corner, but I enjoyed myself because Young Bleu acknowledged me there. He brought me to the forefront and took a picture in front of everybody. So that was another humbling moment for me that showed me, like, you got to know it's real niggas in this shit. Don't get me wrong, this industry is foul. A lot of dirty backdoor and shit going on, but when you find genuine people, you got to, stick with them. And after that night, the next day, he came in the studio with me. We buzzed down about 4 tracks. And What You Need was one of them.
That's dope. And I heard he was sick the whole time.
Sick stomach. Yo, man, I can't. I'm like, yo, don't even worry, gang. Like, I'm telling him, like, if you can't. Nah, I was telling him if you can't, he don't smoke. I was telling him if you can't, you could go. I wouldn't be fazed by that. I understand your current situation. You're doing a lot on a daily basis. Feel me? I can't blame you, but he thugged it out. Like I said, like a real nigga, and I appreciate him for that.
That's really dope. And you have a lot of dope relationships. I know Bobby Fischer is another big one. And at your release, he had a lot of beautiful words for you. So what was that relationship like? How did that start? And when did you start trusting him?
First and foremost, again, shout out Bobby fucking Fischer from Empire, Vice President A&R. That nigga is different. I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't met a nigga like Bobby yet in my lifetime. Feel me? And I'm only 22, and I done seen a lot of niggas come and go around me, all ages, young, old, think they know it all, and I done been able to separate again the real from the fake. Bobby came around and nothing he told me was a facade. Nothing he told me was to sell me a dream. He said, drop Rollin N Controllin, because again, I had that song already. When I first came home, I made that track, Freestyle. And he said to me, yo, cuz, I have faith in you. I put my job on the line.
Wow.
And it went up. It reached gold status. And I don't know. Them thinking about that conversation in itself is like, bro, that man ain't lie. Feel me? Yeah, that man didn't lie to me. So I respect Bobby till my deathbed. True words.
Wow, that's beautiful. And congratulations again for going gold.
Thank you. I appreciate
That's a big
you.
deal. And you know your stats. Only few people
We ain't even gonna talk
went
about it. You know, we humble. We on a humble tip, but
humble. All right.
come on.
But so speaking of Rollin N Controllin, right? So why did you decide to do a part 2, which I like better than the first one? And the first one is fire. I'm not even gonna lie. The first one is fire, but the second one is just like the samples that you decide to go with is crazy.
Well, you know, shout the gang. You know, West Rollin, allegedly. But that's what it really got to do with. It's just my culture, my what I know, what I adapted, and what I became accustomed to. So that's really it for me. It's not like, you know, people sit there and say, "Oh my God, why rolling?" I swear, you know how much people done hit me up like, "What was?" Man, check the piece. You get me? And that's what it really come down to. Just being who I am and expressing that through the music.
Okay, so do you sit through those samples, or is it like you got this one guy who just know what he doing?
Oh no, this just came from a what you would call what is this called? Producer. A producer made what is his name? My fault, cuz I don't. But yeah, yo,
he the
if
one.
you see this,
You
you
the
that
one.
nigga. You feel me? Oh, and then my boy Javon, who's a concept builder for me, and he also helps me as all of the members do when we in the studio. He'll be there, and if I'm very, you know how I am. Like I'm you could already tell. Like I need to do it myself.
Yeah.
I cannot have a nigga writing in word for word what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Can you give me an idea? Can you give me a concept? If you see me stuck and I need a word, can you offer? Yes. I may take it, I may not.
Yeah.
So that whole thing where it comes down to how is the music made, it's always gonna be me. Facts. Shit, me.
You have a couple projects coming up, a couple collab projects. So why don't you talk about that a little bit?
I would be real right now though. I say that a lot, like, but it's just I'll be building with these rappers, the ones that I've met so far, Bizzy Banks, shout to Cuz, you feel me, the Sleezer, Dutchavelli in the UK, another real Tugs, real road dogs, you get me? These is niggas that we don't talk about music that much. Dutch called me earlier to talk about my cases with me, like, feel me, shit like that. He was fighting a murder charge and shit like that, so he could give me actual insight on, yo, cuz, like, what's going on, like, what you going through and shit. But even though he's all the way in the UK, and, you know, the system is different, but it's all one and the same. They trying to, you know, keep us down, more or less. But, yeah, it's like these collabs that I speak on is just because the people that I'm doing them with, I could actually sit down and have a real conversation about life. As I do with any of my dogs. Like, yeah, we have our moments. We talk about, you know, the bitches a lot. But I be having to tell them, nah, bro, think about how much time we put into this and how much time we could be putting that energy into something else.
But it seems like y'all also check in on each other, like, mentally. Like, y'all really tapped in terms of, like, spirituality and stuff like that. That's beautiful.
Thank you. And I feel like people fail to realize I'm still human.
Yeah.
You feel me? I don't, when they feel like, okay, yeah, it's all these people in front of me and all of these flashing lights and what's going on, that I don't have to now leave here and go sleep and rest my head, you bugged out. Like, I still got shit that's going on when I'm not making music. So how you expect me to not want to check on another human being, you know? It's just, it's common sense to me.
Yeah.
That's it.
So with you, how do you balance, like, having cases and all of the, like, chatter or whatever, the banter? Like, how do you balance that with staying focused and staying out, like, trouble?
From the beginning, it was an understanding that I was chosen to do something, so I can't let the people around me down. I can't let myself down, and that's what was it was an obstacle at first, trying to adjust, adapt, understand that, yo, cuz, you was walking with it before, but that is no longer. That's not your role to play, and that wasn't easy. That was definitely the hardest part of my music career, for me. But I managed. Like I said, I put certain niggas in roles around me that where I know who got me. I know who really got my back. You know, I don't gotta question it.
That's fire.
Facts.
And y'all definitely do for each other, because the way they
Come on, you know.
you take care of them, that's beautiful. So now I gotta talk about your family, because you know that's one thing we seen at the release party. It was really dope.
Facts.
The family unit, y'all had your own section. Your
Sexy,
mom
you know?
was there.
And don't
Dad
touch
was
Mama
there.
Kane. You get sent to heaven. Do not fuck with Mama Kane. True
Don't
words.
play with it. Like, your sisters
Feel
was
me?
out there. It was a vibe. So how was it growing up for you? Like, you know, Trini, Haitian,
It was
mad sisters.
mad sisters. More
Mad
sisters than
sisters.
brothers. I had one brother,
Yeah.
3 sisters. So like everything is more emotional. But
Mm-hmm.
my oldest sister is tough. The closest sister in age to me is another tough one. The middle one, she's a little more, you know, she's tough, but she a little more emotional. So it was a lot of stuff going on there. And then my oldest brother, who he was around but wasn't really around, he had his own life situations, and we always respect him for that. But them 3 girls, they was always there. And I appreciate them for that, no matter what. You know, they checking on me. If I wanted, they taking me out to go get food. You know, doing little shit like that just to show that they really still do love and care about me, no matter what they're going through at the time. And but yeah, growing up for me it wasn't no struggle. I didn't struggle when I was growing up. Feel me? I just was exposed to the elements of the streets, and I had a choice to make at a point in time where I wasn't taking life serious to the point where I understood. All right, boy, you go in school. Make sure you put in 85% into the work, and not 85% into the basketball, and then 15% to the bitches, and you can't. It's not possible. I had to realize when I got to college. I did a semester in college.
What school?
SUNY Jefferson upstate. It's a 2-year JUCO. After I did that semester, it was like all roads is closed. Where do I go next?
But why? What happened? It just wasn't for you?
Oh, well, for
School?
one, I had like a 1 point something shit me. But like,
did you show up for class?
nah, I stopped.
Don't they give you points for just writing
I
your name?
stopped. I'm gonna
Alright,
be real with you. I had
alright.
stopped, and it was again, it was like I couldn't even understand that calculator that they give you.
Yeah.
That
Your mom
big
was-
ass fucking, you feel
the
me?
scientific
Big ass
The
dinosaur
TI.
T-Rex calculator. I could never understand it. And that's when I
and
said
now
to
we got iPhones.
hello, make it easier, because I don't know when do you need that. I'm living my life every day. I ain't need that shit yet.
Yeah.
I know how to add, subtract,
Right.
multiply, divide. And I just felt like school wasn't the route. And like I said, through all of high school, I was around it. I was around a lot of the shit that was going on. So I knew of it. Did I actively put myself in it? No, but as soon as I had no other way to, relieve my everyday issues that you wouldn't go tell anybody or talk to anybody,
Right.
it was the streets for me. And I did that like it was my last. I did, true words.
All right. Well, we love that you here right now. You know what I'm saying? Doing what you're doing, and you shining, and you
Shit. Come on,
talk
yo.
about your ice though, cause like we gotta give you a little bling clan,
Yeah,
big
you know.
Cam. Like you always icy.
Yeah, there's just a little.
How many chains you got?
Altogether, I got 4 chains.
Uh-huh.
I got 1 baguettes, a few of the emeralds, and then I got a big body Cuban. I believe it's a kilo. That's just all. That just goes to my hard work.
Yeah.
You gotta sometimes
yourself. Cheat yourself,
the
don't
boy,
cheat yourself.
you can't do that. One more time. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cheat yourself, don't cheat yourself. Dead homies. Always treat yourself and do not cheat yourself.
It's
She
a
said it
slogan.
best. So when you really are putting in that work, you could afford to do these things.
Yeah.
But it don't stop there. It's all about maintaining. Once you got, you got to maintain that. So I'm still learning. I'm still going through the growing pains, but I'm maturing. So that's all it is to it.
And I want to ask you, like, you have tats, like you tatted the fuck up. Like, so what made you get this one right here though, like on your eye?
On my eyes, well, this one you talking about? What, this one right here?
Yeah.
That right there, more or less is, you know, live by the sword, die by the sword.
Okay.
You know, and I live by that phrase. One of the phrases I live by, and shit is it's self-explanatory without going too much into it.
Right.
You feel me? Anything I know that I'm into, I'ma always accept the consequences, good or bad. But we on a better path.
Yes.
So everything is motivation and positivity. You understand me? For all them young kids, stay in school, and for everybody who is grown, make a way. Shitting me? Make a way or get out the way.
That's a fact.
Simple as that.
I don't want to keep you forever because I feel like we could be here all day, right?
Yeah,
so
most definitely.
what are some things that you have coming up, and like what's something out of the box that you're gonna do that's like not music related, whether it's like movies, acting, commercials? What are you interested in? I was talking about you getting a Sprite sponsor. I could see you on a
Nah, the sponsorships
you know how they
is,
crack it up
don't
and
worry.
like-
I'm crying. I ain't gonna tell you to drink
can
Sprite. See that LeBron? Remember that LeBron? I ain't gonna tell you to drink a Sprite. I'm gonna just rest that bitch next to you.
Give him like one last gem real quick.
I'll say find genuine people around you who willing to grow.
Facts.
That's it.
That's dope. And where can they find you?
They can find me at Dusty Locane on everything. Yeah, ain't no other name. You know I'm the Dawn, but Dusty Locane, true words.
Ladies, he the Dawn.
Hello.
Link him.
I got my shorty right here. I don't know what she talking
Yo,
about.
I'm dead. It's your girl Silva, music exclusives. Follow me, King Sylvie, on the
Yeah,
gram.
music exclusives. Y'all know what the fuck is cracking. Dusty Locane, we here.